Hey guys, it's me, Damon. I haven't uploaded here in forever. You're probably wondering why, and I have no idea. I kind of just forgot. Um, I know it sounds weird, but yeah, that's basically what happened. But now I'm back for as long as it make it last. It might just be this video and that's it. This is the first video I've actually written a script for. I'm kind of going off the rails a little bit sometimes, departing from the script a bit every now and then, but not so much that it's noticeable. So yeah, I'm back. This is my first video that's actually scripted, which I'm very proud of, by the way. So yeah, I guess I should get on with the video. So this video took me a while to plan, and another video I wanted to make was about movie songs and shows that have actually made me cry in the past, which it's kind of strange to think that I would be made to cry by a movie, TV show, or song, but yeah, it happens, not just like as a little kid, because as a little kid some things make you cry, some things make you scared, and as you grow up, those things don't make you as sad or as scared anymore. But this is kind of things that have never failed to make me cry. But I decided to do this video instead because I was kind of having more fun with this idea and I had more to say about it and more stuff was fresh in my mind. So yeah, this is the video that we're doing today. Jurassic World Dominion is a movie that exists, unfortunately. If I'm being honest with you, I was actually not surprised by the quality of this movie when I first saw it with my little brother and my family, obviously. But there's like kind of a simple reason for this, and it's kind of not that shocking once you actually think about it for more than 5 seconds. That reason was how weirdly it almost perfectly mirrored like the new Star Wars movies. Like they basically ran parallel to each other a lot. Like basically, think about it. First movie in this new trilogy of movies has potential. However, there's some stuff in it that just doesn't work. But if they iron out the kinks just right, then it could be good. The second one has this kind of you either love it or you hate it sort of response to the fan base. And the third one is kind of universally hated by almost everybody that's been asked about it. I don't think I've really seen that many people say, oh yeah, Jurassic World Dominion was a perfectly fitting conclusion to the series. I don't think I've really seen anybody say that. And with the way the new Star Wars movies ended, you can kind of see the way that these sorts of trends and stuff like that end up. This whole trend of taking old IPs and ideas and bringing them back to the modern day, while in theory promising, just kind of like never really pans out. And Star Wars and Jurassic World Dominion are two very good examples of this. Maybe one day I'll make a video like comparing the two side by side, or maybe I'll just make a video for the new Star Wars sequels. But this video is focused solely on Jurassic World Dominion and how it sucked and why it sucked. So like I said before, it mirrored the new Star Wars movies a lot, and so I actually wasn't surprised about the quality. Like, it was kind of what I was expecting. Sure, it would have been nice for the movie to be good. However, I didn't really think that was going to happen. It would be nice for the movie to be good, but I kind of knew not to get my expectations up, like some people did with the new Star Wars movies. I guess unironically kind of comedic. If you think about it, like stuff that they have in common, right? Rise of Skywalker and Jurassic World Dominion. Think about it. Classic characters are brought back for fan service. It felt really half-assed on a lot of people's behalf. Poor VFX artists, so. And most importantly, the main thing that I really want to be talking about, like the main point that this video is built around, is that there is none of the original's charm or appeal to be found in this new conclusion to what was once a great series. So I recently rewatched the original Jurassic Park, not like the original Jurassic Park trilogy, like the original movie, like Jurassic Park #1. And I loved it. It was a great movie. It was pretty good for reasons you automatically know if you've ever actually seen the movie. And I have already watched it a bunch of times. It was just as good every single one of those times. And honestly, I would be perfectly willing to watch it again. I'm just saying, if I'm being for real with you, I could recite to you most of this movie, like what happens on screen and stuff like that. I can't list all the dialogue, obviously. I don't know, fucking Megamind. So, however, despite all that I love about the first movie, and how it is that I can basically tell you everything that's happening on screen, minute by minute, I can't really remember that much about Jurassic World Dominion, and it's kind of comedic, if I'm being honest with you, how it is that a movie that came out more recently is foggier in my memory than a movie that came out before I was even born, like a decade before I was even born. It's wild. What I found interesting about the lead up to this movie's release is the fact that there was hype around it despite how controversial the last movie was. And it kind of reminds me of the whole thing with like Netflix's live action anime adaptations. Netflix like just keeps pumping these out and making them, and they're always bad. I was like, I don't need to tell you that, you can just watch them yourself. But for some bizarre reason, every single time that a new one of them gets announced, there's always hype behind it. Like the Avatar remake, and even the One Piece remake, which, dude, I already hate One Piece on its own. If Netflix is adapting it, then I'm gonna hate it even more. That thing is gonna make me want to blow my brains out, dude. Even that has hype around it. They always act like this one is gonna be good or something. You know what I mean? And there was hype for this movie too. People just don't learn for some reason. And I think that's a common theme to be taken from this whole situation. I think that's the lesson that you should take, that people don't learn. And that is why Hollywood keeps doing this sorts of stuff. Hollywood, Netflix, hell, even video game companies to a certain extent. You know, Call of Duty, every single year, a new Call of Duty comes out and the fan bases are like, oh, I'm gonna buy the new Call of Duty. This one's gonna be awesome. It's gonna be the best thing ever. And then it's Call of Duty Vanguard. So, so personally, I stopped being hyped for stuff like this a long time ago. I don't really get excited for remakes or reboots of things that I already know. Top Gun was a pleasant surprise. I liked Top Gun. But Lightyear kind of came out the exact same way that I thought it would. Once again, I wasn't hyped. So, I wasn't angry. I was just like, oh, Lightyear came out. And it was just how I thought it would come out. It's just how it was. Also, like, something really just weird about this movie is how by the end of it, the problem isn't, like, actually solved. It's like, okay, the problem was that the dinosaurs are loose in the world, and by default, this is already a gigantic ecological disaster. Just using common sense, you don't need me to tell you that having dinosaurs loose in today's world would be both a disaster for the human race and a disaster for the ecosystem. And this is clearly established in the beginning because, like, the first scene is a mosasaur thingamabob absolutely wrecking a fishing boat. But for some reason, by the end of the movie, like, all the main characters do is survive, and the villain guy gets punished and stuff like that. Like, yeah, he gets eaten by a dinosaur and things like that. You know, that's what we shove these movies for, anyways. But dinosaurs are still an invasive species and stuff, and the movie like tries to finish it all off in like this nice neat little bow where like it shows like the dinosaurs coexisting with whales and cattle and bison and stuff like that, which would have been sweet if it made any sense. But in your first scene, you kind of completely wrecked any capability for you to have this ending and make it feel satisfying, because the problem isn't solved. Like, nothing was done to get animals and dinosaurs to coexist. It just happened, and it doesn't work, especially not for a movie that's supposed to be the finale of arguably one of the greatest pieces of film ever written by one of the greatest directors ever written. The first any movies, at least. The final fight scene also sucked. The Giganotosaurus was just not built up properly, which sucks for me personally, because I actually wanted to see this thing in a Jurassic Park movie for a while, because it was actually my favorite dinosaur. He's as bigger than the T-Rex. I absolutely love this thing. But it had to be the worst one in the series, which sucks. And the T-Rex barely got any screen time in a Jurassic Park movie, which is so weird. Like, it doesn't just suck, like, it's so weird. And the Therizinosaurus was kind of cool. Like, the idea of a blind dinosaur with like razor sharp X-23 ass claws was really cool to me, but like, he wasn't built up properly that well either. Also, Blue, the Velociraptor, which is one of the main selling points of these movies, barely got any screen time at all. She was in like the beginning, and she was in the end. And honestly, this movie just sucked really, really bad, and it kind of symbolizes the way Hollywood is right now, which is just corpses of great movies being forced to prance around and dance on stage, and Marvel bullshit. There's a separate video on that sort of stuff, Marvel specifically, coming soon, that I want to talk about, because I actually used to like Marvel a lot. And I kind of want to talk about the way it's kind of evolving into trash right now. Thanks for watching. Also, T, I don't want to see you in my comment section. That probably doesn't mean anything to a lot of you guys, but you know who you are, man. But yeah, thanks for watching. Subscribe, I guess, if you're here from my Insta. Hi, guys. If you're not, then you have no goddamn clue who I am. Yeah, this is gonna be a really awkward conversation. Well, regardless, if you're watching this, you gave me a view. Thank you. Love you. Have a good day.